Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Friday, August 25th edition of our video devotionals, and thank you so much for joining us today. Hope your Friday is going well. It is Faithful Friday. It is the end of another work week, and for some of those in school, it's the end of another school week, and probably one of the first weeks to finish up. But you know how it is when you're in school Monday through Friday. Then it's you got Saturday and Sunday, and so it's always exciting when you get out of school. Then for some, they love school. They like going back to school. And so hopefully that's the case for everybody. Otherwise, it does make for a long school year when you don't like school. And hopefully they will like it. All right, so August 25th, it says in 1781, the French joined General Washington. And that's the only entry we have today. And we'll go ahead and read just the 26th, 27th, since that's Saturday and Sunday. 1832, Adam Clark died. You'd have to Google him to get more information about him. Let's see here. 1920, women's suffrage was ratified. August the 27th, which will be Sunday's date. Let's see here. 551 BC, the traditional date for the birth of Confucius. 1859, the first oil well near Titusville, Pennsylvania was opened. 1910, the first radio message was sent from an airplane. And then in 1908, the birthday of President Lyndon Johnson. And of course, he was the vice president to President Kennedy. Then President Kennedy was assassinated, and Johnson became president. All right, so we're going into the Bible here, Jeremiah chapter 39. And my reading today, I believe, was 37, 38, 39, and 40. And I just saw this here. It's actually similar to yesterday's truth that we talked about. And we're going to look at it again today. So before we do that, again, thank you for all who watch the videos. We appreciate you very much. And we'll continue to do these as the Lord allows us and as you choose to watch, okay? What notice this, kind of the setting here is Nebuchadnezzar has come in, and basically it's the end of Jerusalem. There's going to be some poor people that will be left behind. And notice what it says here about Jeremiah. What's going to happen to Jeremiah? All right. It says verse 11, now Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, saying, take him and look well to him, and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, sent, and Nebuzaradan, Rabsaris, and Nergal-Sharezer, Rabmag, and all the king of Babylon's princes, even they sent and took Jeremiah out of the court of the prison, and committed him unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, that he should carry him home. So he dwelt among the people. All right, so there's Jeremiah. It goes well with him. And even Nebuchadnezzar himself gave the word. I asked myself, how did, this mighty King Nebuchadnezzar know anything about Jeremiah? I mean, was word given to him? How was this? Well, notice what it says here in verse number 15. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah while he was shut up in the court of the prison, saying, go and speak to Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will bring my words upon this city for evil and not for good, and they shall be accomplished in that day before thee. But I will deliver thee in that day, saith the Lord, and thou shalt not be given into the hand of the men of whom thou art afraid. Here's our last verse. For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee, because thou hast put thy trust in me, saith the Lord. It's interesting here, like yesterday, obviously it's the Lord who spared Jeremiah's life using Nebuchadnezzar and the people to do that. But I asked myself, and I'm asking you, maybe rhetorically, obviously, how is it that Nebuchadnezzar knew anything about Jeremiah? Could it be that the Lord impressed Nebuchadnezzar's heart that there is this certain prophet and he should be spared? Is that possible? Is it possible that God sent someone that knew Jeremiah on his behalf and said, hey, there's a guy out here, he's a prophet, and I know you serve your God, but he serves God, and he said all this was going to happen. Maybe just told the story. Well, I know this. Doesn't matter how it was done. I believe the Lord revealed to Nebuchadnezzar one way or the other that Jeremiah's life should be spared. And when you look at the very last part of that verse of chapter 39, Why was Jeremiah spared? Because thou hast put thy trust in me, saith the Lord. Now, you know, the Lord allows things to happen in our life. You understand that. It could have easily been that Jeremiah's life could have been taken because God could have allowed that to happen. Nebuchadnezzar could not have taken Jeremiah's life unless God obviously allowed it and it was ordained of God's will. But in this case, it was God's will for Jeremiah to be spared. Now, I'm saying that because here's our life, and much like yesterday, you look at your life and say, you know what, how are things going to turn out good for me or well for me? Or, is God going to help me in this or what have you? And the truth is, yes, that's the answer. But you know what? Here's the great thing that we all need to do. That's just simply trust the Lord. If we trust the Lord and God spares us like this, then it's the right thing to do. You could look at someone like John the Baptist. John the Baptist's head was taken from him, and he was put in prison, and the Lord allowed John the Baptist's life to end. And you can look at others in the Bible. Why is that? Well, it's God's will. But in all these cases, we trust the Lord, you see. And so what I'm saying is Nebuchadnezzar, it was revealed to him one way or another by God to spare Jeremiah, I believe. I don't think Nebuchadnezzar just said, you know what, I like you, man. You're a good guy. And God said, you know what, that's great. There's somebody that's going to spare your life. No, I believe all this was orchestrated of God, just like it says, while Jeremiah was in prison, there it is. All right. So that's the way it is when you serve God, you trust God, you live for God, you're his child. God's looking out for you. And whatever happens, it's God's will for your life, and let's trust him with that, okay? All right, we're going to stop right there. Hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday, good weekend, great Sunday, and then we'll see, Lord willing, on Monday, continue and end the book of Jeremiah right at about, I think, Tuesday. Have a great day.